We have added the code to seed our database, but the image URL is missing for all the product. So for that, I want to upload all of those inside Azure Blob Storage. So first thing that we have to do is we'll go to the portal.azure.com, and if you do not have an account, sign up for a free account. I already have signed up for a free account here, and we have multiple services that are available. The first service that we will look into is storage accounts. So we will click there and we will create a new storage account. Because this is a new subscription, I do not have a resource group, so I will create a resource group with the name of Udemy microservice. Then we need to give our storage account a name. I will call this .NET Mastery. We will keep everything else as is, and we will go to the advanced section. Things here are pretty standard. If you want, you can select the queue, but we will be using Service Bus later on, so we can just select Next, Review and Create. And once the validation passes, we will create this. Perfect. Once the deployment is successful, we can go to the resource. Now here you can see they have Storage Explorer in the preview version. You can also download the Storage Explorer. So we'll search for Azure Storage Explorer, and we have the link right here. So for Windows, you can download the Azure Storage Explorer and install that. I have already downloaded and installed that, so let me open that up. Once you open up, it will ask you to connect something. We will connect to our Azure subscription, Azure. Let's select Next. And it will ask you to sign in your browser. So let me do that. And perfect. We are authenticated. We can close this and we are signed in. We will attach the default directory. In there we have the Azure subscription 1. That is the one that we are using. Once you do that, we will select Open Explorer and we have our subscription right here. So if you examine here inside the local storage, we have .NET Mastery, and in there we have the blob container. Then inside the blob container, we can create a new blob container with the name of Mango. In there we want to upload all of the images. Now where you downloaded all of the project resources, there is a folder for images where I have given 4 images. So I will copy this and we will upload them right here. So upload files, and let's select the files here and we'll upload them. So now we have 4 images that are available on the Azure Blob Storage. If you right click here and if you copy the URL, let's open up our Edge and let me paste that right here. When you try to access that based on the URL, you will see resource not found. And that is because even though that resource is available, it does not have the read permission. In order to set that, it is pretty simple. We go back to our Storage Explorer and on the container, right click, we have the set public access level and we'll set that to public read access for blobs only. You apply that, and then if you go back and if you refresh, there you go. The images are being accessible by everyone on the internet. So perfect. With that, we have added images online and they are accessible. We just need to change 11, 12, 13 and 14 here, and all of them should be accessible. That's great. So let me copy this URL, go back to our project and update them. First is 14, next one, we'll paste it again. This one is 12, we'll scroll down. Dessert is 11, and the last one here will be 13. So now that the data looks good that needs to be seeded, let's actually add a migration. So we'll go to Tools NuGet package manager, console. I will add a new migration, call it seed products. If you examine the migration, it is actually inserting. You can see inside the migration, it is doing insert data with the corresponding values. So this looks good. Let me update the database. And perfect. Our data has been populated in the table. In order to confirm, we can go back to SQL Server and we can execute the query again. It has 4 records now, and that is great news. Now let me run the API and try to see if get actions are working. We'll try to get all the products. And great, it is working. It is retrieving all the data. Individual product, let me try this one out with the ID of 2. And perfect, it is working. So our get requests are working. Let's continue in the next video.